There's some animals that we used to hunt and eat, but not anymore. Like whales, we used to eat those, but I think it's now illegal to hunt whales. But I heard that some people secretly, without a permission, still hunt whales. I think that has to be the hardest job in the world. Like, hey, do you have a whale? No? Come on, let me see your other hand. Okay. So big. That was the point. Because I did some research. The whales are so big. The biggest one is the blue whale, and it's so big that it's very big. And it's so even the vocal cords are so big that when they say something, the voice can be heard over 500 miles away. So that's very far away. So I don't think the blue whales have many secrets. Like a blue whale trying to whisper to another blue whale, like, hey, George is an asshole. And immediately George is like, hey, I heard that. You never guessed I was hiding behind Ireland. They can do that, they can hide behind the whole country. Oh, well, they don't have hands, so.
Whale watching, I don't know if you've ever done that. We're sitting there for a couple hours, and then I saw a whale, and I tell you, I realized I had wasted half a day. I paid $100 to see something I wouldn't watch on television. We were told by the captain, by the way, when are you a captain and when are you just a drunk guy with a boat? Based on our captain, we should start calling the homeless boatless. Because if they had a boat, they'd be a captain. He told us the whale we saw was a sperm whale. I don't know, came up with that name, maybe an 8-year-old boy. I was thinking sperm whale or bugger whale. Sperm whale, there wasn't one scientist back then to be like, well, obviously we're not really gonna call it the sperm whale. I mean, let's be serious. This is gonna be in textbooks. Come on, fellas. Sperm whale, what kind of mindset would you have to be in? To me, it looks like a giant sperm. Yeah, to me it looks like you shouldn't be naming animals. And please don't open a hot dog stand. Even if I thought something looked like a sperm, I wouldn't admit it. Jim, what do you think that whale looks like? It certainly doesn't look like a sperm. Let me just get that out of the way. Even if I was asked to look through a microscope and identify a sperm, I would be like, oh, look at that, miniature whales.
Two humpback whales walk into a bar. After they seat themselves, the stunned bartender asks what they'll have. The first whale responds. The second whale says,
Shut up, Frank, you're drunk.
But see, now that our kids are kind of grown up, we're having to spend a little more time together. And when you're dating, you spend all the time in the world together because chances are you're going to end up having sex. After you've been married a long time, chances are you're just going to be spending time together. So now she wants us to start doing things together. I said, all right, we'll do things together. First thing out of her mouth, let's go on a whale watching trip. I said, what? She goes, I want to get in a boat and go see the whales. Let's go see the whales. And I said, no. That's a 60-foot animal. We're in a 6-foot rubber boat. We're a bath toy. She said, well, I want to go see him. I said, we're not going to go see him. She goes, we're going to go see him. And I said, well, all right. So the day of the trip, I'm whining and moaning because I don't want to go. And especially because we're going with these other couple friends of ours who are from California. And they're nice people, don't get me wrong. But we just don't see eye to eye. So we get down on the dock, and this dude is right in my face like, Bill, dude, check this out, all right? Check this out. Do you know what would, like, totally make my day? And I said, a GED? He said, no, dude, I don't want a GED. Dude, check this out. This would, like, totally make my day, all right? So we're out in this little boat, all right? Check this out, and we're on the waves. I'm going, whoa, waves, whoa, waves, whoa. And then, like, it would be so righteous if, like, this whale just, like, went whoosh, right by the boat. That would make my day. So we're out in this little boat in the middle of the ocean, and Surf Boy gets his wish. Out of nowhere, this humongous whale comes out of the water right by the boat and goes and sprays this nasty liquid all over the boat. And the Californians are freaking like, oh my God, he sprayed us. That is so cool. He sprayed us. He sprayed us. I'm like, he blew his nose on us. We just paid $200 a piece to have a whale hook a loogie on it. And then the whale went, Ree! And they're like, what'd he say? What'd he say? What'd he say? I'm like, he said, Ree! That's what he said. Which means I just blew snot on you. I'm gonna go tell my friend.
Oh, wow, oh my God.
Там глубину наберешь, разбег. Так близко! Пипец! Я боюсь. А я не боюсь. Я очень excited.
Глаз, вот он плавник.
Ничего себе он большой, конечно, туша.
Большого, конечно. Только для вас.
Ох ты, блин! А я думала, наши хвосты посмотрели и поехали. Ни раз такого большого. Сейчас опять! Сейчас опять! Тихо. Лапкой на мать. Ее лапа свинья.
Jerry?
Yeah.
It's Diane. Diane Dacon from Queens College.
Oh, Diane.
How are you?
Good.
How long has it been?
Since college.
Huh. I've been seeing you on TV. You're doing great.
Yeah, plugging along.
You know, I got the alumni magazine. Whatever happened to your friend George? I noticed I never see his name in there.
Well, he's kind of modest.
He was always such a goof off. I mean, did he ever get anywhere?
Sure.
Yeah? What field?
Marine biology.
George is a marine biologist?
Yeah, pretty damn good one, too.
I can't believe it. I would never have thought.
Yeah, he's specializing in whales. He's working on lowering the cholesterol level in whales. All that blubber. It's quite unhealthy. You know, it's the largest mammal on Earth, but as George says, they don't have to be. I did it for you.
I don't know what you had to tell her that for. You put me in a very difficult position, marine biologist. I'm very uncomfortable with this whole thing.
Yeah, with all due respect, I would think it's right up your alley.
Well, it's not up my alley. It's one thing if I make it up. I know what I'm doing. I know my alleys. You got me in the Galapagos Islands living with the turtles. I don't know where the hell I am.
Well, you came in the other day with all that whale stuff, the squeaking and the squealing and...
Look, why couldn't you make me an architect? You know I always wanted to pretend that I was an architect. Well, I'm supposed to see her tomorrow. I'm going to tell her what's going on. I mean, maybe she just likes me for me.
Your parents must be so proud of you, George.
Oh, they're busting.
What are these people doing over there? What's going on over here? There's a beached whale. She's dying.
Is anyone here a marine biologist?
Save the whale, George. For me.
So I started to walk into the water. I won't lie to you, boys. I was terrified. But I pressed on. And as I made my way past the breakers, a strange calm came over me. I don't know if it was divine intervention or the kinship of all living things, but I tell you, Jerry, at that moment, I was a marine biologist.
George, I've just been reading this thing in the paper. It's unbelievable.
I know, I was just telling them the story.
Well, come on, George. Finish the story.
The sea was angry that day, my friends. Like an old man trying to send back soup in a deli. I got about 50 feet out, and suddenly, the great beast appeared before me. I tell you, he was 10 stories high if he was a foot. As if sensing my presence, he let out a great bellow. I said, "Easy, big fella." And then, as I watched him struggling, I realized that something was obstructing its breathing. From where I was standing, I could see directly into the eye of the great fish.
Mammal.
Whatever.
Hey, what did you do next?
Well, then, from out of nowhere, a huge tidal wave lifted me, tossed me like a cork, and I found myself right on top of him, face to face with the blowhole. I could barely see from the waves crashing down upon me, but I knew something was there. So I reached my hand in, felt around, and pulled out the obstruction.
What is that, a Titleist? A hole in one, huh?